And I am a couple hours late on this, but Michael Bunting has signed a 3-year deal with the Carolina Hurricanes, and it'll be over $4 million per year on the deal. Very interesting here because Bunting was viewed as a guy a year ago, I think was more of a hometown hero for the Maple Leafs. And then just this year really seemed to get stuck in Sheldon Keefe's doghouse and would go from points where he would get a lot of time and then some points where he wouldn't get a lot of time. And now part of that, I think, does with how he plays. He is kind of a Brad Marchand level player where they will score in areas that, you are able to score and get some dirty goals, but also at the same time is a player that gets under other players' skins and is a guy that you really don't like to have to play against or watch play your team because he's probably going to aggravate you. But at the same time, when you're taking a lot of penalties or you're taking bad penalties and you're hurting your team, the head coach probably isn't going to like that. And Toronto being a team that has real expectations every year of being a good team, if you take dumb penalties, that could be an issue. And for Bunting, I don't even think he's necessarily a bad player by any means at all. In fact, I do think he's a good player. I just think sometimes he can get a little bit ahead of himself and let his emotions kind of control him instead of the other way around. But here he is going over to Carolina, who have been so busy today, re-signing Anderson, getting Orlov, and now bringing in Bunting. Pretty busy day for them. What are they getting in Bunting? Again, a guy that is kind of gritty, but also has some skill as well, that can pass to his teammates and score probably 20 plus goals a year. I'm not going to say 40 goals or anything like that, but could he hit the 30 goal mark? Absolutely, as he is a younger player that they get that can kind of bring in some younger talent here. That is a guy that's probably pretty motivated. You think back to where he was a couple years ago, was a player that kind of rose amongst the ranks of Maple Leafs players and made a name for himself and probably feeling pretty good going into the season. And then his name, I feel like, was kind of dragged through the mud, partially because he let his emotions get the best of him at times, but now is in a situation where he's not in, Toronto. He's in Carolina, and he has a coaching rod. Brendan Moore, that is a great players coach and a guy that I think is pretty relatable in the sense where he is got a long playing career and probably knows when emotions get the best of him. But now he is on another team that has legitimate aspirations. And while Brendan Moore is a guy that I think is pretty relatable and more relatable than Keefe probably, he is a guy that at the same time, if you're taking dumb penalties, probably won't appreciate that. But again, Bunting is a good young player that should be able to help them out and help them win next year as they look to win their division yet again. What are your thoughts on this signing? I'd love to know because I do think this is one of the more controversial players in the league that are younger and not Brad Marchand. But anyway, leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. You go have hockey all right. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.